I know you've had a busy day, and I'm not one of your 12, but perhaps you have a moment for me anyway?
What is it, Ruby?
You use my name. How is it that you know me, Jesus? I've watched you and listened to you from a distance as one of the crowd, but we've never spoken. You already know me? That's the sort of thing that troubles me about you, Jesus.
Yes, I know you, Ruby. And when you know who I am, perhaps you won't be so troubled. But now you've come to me for a reason. Speak freely. I'll not condemn you.
That's part of it right there, Jesus. The Pharisees condemn people like me. I'm a sinner. Not much of a synagogue goer at all, and seldom at the feasts in Jerusalem. Yet you don't speak to people like me as the Pharisees do. This morning, when the teachers of the law and the Pharisees dragged that adulterous woman before you in the temple court, you didn't condemn her, nor did you overrule the laws of Moses. Everyone knew she was guilty, but all you said was, "Whoever is without sin, let him cast the first stone." And all her accusers left, condemning themselves. But you forgave her. Why, Jesus?
Because she, like you, Ruby, was already crushed with a burden of guilt and shame. What she needed was not stones, but forgiveness.
And the others, what about them?
Sadly, they remain in their sins. Until they see their true condition before God is sinful and shameful, every bit as wretched as that woman's condition. They will never seek, nor will they find the forgiveness I offer.
And that's part of why I need to talk with you too, Jesus. Who are you to offer forgiveness to sinners? Only God can forgive sins. When you healed that man, lowered to you through the roof, and forgave him his sins too, that really raised some eyebrows. Who can forgive sins but God alone? They were asking. Something bordered on blasphemy.
Ruby, I do only what my Father has sent me to do.
That's another thing people are talking about. Just who is your father? Most people think Joseph the carpenter was your father. But what authority would that give you to forgive sins? Others say you have no legitimate father. They say you are a Samaritan, a half-breed, and a teacher of lies.
And what do you think, Ruby?
As yet, I don't know what to think, Jesus. I'm not sure I even know what you mean by father.
It is my Father who sent me, and who bears witness of me. It is his works that I do, and his words that I speak. I am not of this world, Ruby. Look at my works, listen to my words, and you know who my Father is.
It's that kind of talk that mystifies me, Jesus. I'm trying to understand you, but you speak in riddles. How will I ever know who you really are?
I can see that still you don't know me. If you knew me, you would know my Father also. He sent me to bring you freedom, Ruby. Hold to my teaching, Ruby, and you'll know the truth about me, and in that truth, you will be free.
Free? I can tell you no more about me than I know about you, Jesus. It's bad enough to have those pagan Romans on every corner telling us what to do, and their tax collectors endlessly shaking us down for more than we owe. But worse is the never-ending guilt I feel. I try to forget, but my sins haunt me. Never-ending guilt I feel. I try to forget. They hit me especially at the quiet time at night when I lie in my bed. My rabbi did his job well teaching me the law. He would boast that he was a free son of Abraham. Perhaps he was, but thanks to him, I know myself to be a slave of sin. If I could only find this freedom of which you speak, Jesus.
But Ruby, if the Son sets you free, you shall be free indeed.
It's not just Romans and tax collectors and guilt that enslave me, Jesus. It's our own leaders. Not long ago, I visited the synagogue once again. I admit it's been a while, but those pompous windbags, you know how they are. Well, I went. You were there, remember? You healed the man with the withered hand. But because it was the Sabbath, they came after you like a pack of wolves. They teach that freedom is in the law, some freedom Thank God you disregarded their law, restoring the man's hand, giving him the only freedom he's had in years.
It's not God's law that they're teaching, Ruby, but their own. If God's law were truly their concern, they would rejoice in a man-made will. And if Abraham were really their father, they would seek to protect the man's life. But already they are plotting to kill me. I forgive sinners and heal the sick and lame. Where is the crime in this? Who but the devil would stand in the way of freedom and forgiveness and healing and life?
That is what I wonder too, Jesus.
They claim Abraham is their father, Ruby, but a child of Abraham has a faith and does works of Abraham. I speak the truth of God, and they say I'm demon-possessed. I forgive a sinful woman and heal a crippled man, and they plot to kill me. Just who is it that is demon-possessed? One who speaks truth and forgives and heals? Or is it one who denies the truth and plots murder? I know who my father is, but their father is the devil.
Jesus, is your father greater than our father Abraham?
In faith, Abraham saw my day and was glad, Ruby. Before Abraham was, I am.
You are speaking words too difficult for a simple woman like me, Jesus. And when you speak that name, you are using a word too holy for a sinner like me to mention. You are saying things spoken by God to Moses. I'm afraid, Jesus.
Ruby, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. I am that Word.
Jesus, will you help me? I just don't understand.
In him was life, and the life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness, but the darkness has not comprehended it.
Jesus, who are you?
He was in the world, and though the world was made through him, the world did not recognize him.
Jesus, these mysteries are beyond me. You are speaking things of God that are too deep for me.
The Word became flesh. He is with you even now, Ruby. You have seen his glory, the glory of the one and only who came from the Father, full of grace and truth.
Flesh, grace, truth. I've seen all these in you, Jesus. Are you really the one who bears the holy name? The I Am? The one who spoke to Moses? Are you the one promised through Abraham? The one through whom the whole world would be blessed?
If you believe that I am he, you will live and not die. When you have lifted up the Son of Man, then you will know that I am he. If you hold to my teaching, the truth will set you free. If anyone keeps my word, he will never taste death, Ruby. My word is the truth.
Jesus, I'm not holy like Moses or Abraham. If you are the I Am, how can I, a sinner, come to you? Surely to be in the presence of God is to die.
No, Ruby, I have come that you might have life.
You, the I Am, have come to give me life? Me, obscure, unworthy Ruby? If you knew me as well as you seem to, you would turn me away for sure.
Whoever comes to me, I will never drive away, Ruby. All who receive me, all who believe in my name, become the children of God. Just come, Ruby, you'll find no stones, just forgiveness and life.
Lord Jesus, I believe. Help my belief. Lord Jesus, just as I am, I come.